Why is it so... Sorry, I just feel a little off all of a sudden.
Feel my wrath! Retreat! Feel my wrath!
My research didn't say anything about disembodied voices.
Accelerating! Rage armor engaged. Armor engaged.
I couldn't save her.
Her? Who's her?
That heaviness. You feel it too, right?
There's no point.
There's the power.
Why are you here? I came to this mountain to be alone.
She must be who that spirit was talking about.
Wait, isn't she the woman from that picture?
I don't want to hurt you, but you need to leave. I can't control what happens if you don't. I said leave! I warned you! need to be here. I can handle this on my own.
Getting help. I got a lesson. Energy level too low.
What do you want? I'll give it to you, but you can't stay. I don't want anyone else to get hurt.
Rage at max. Armor engaged.
Just take what you've earned and go. You're not safe here.
Well, we fixed the disturbance, but
Are things going to be all right?
Accelerating.